The Irish Psychic Show, for all your psychic needs, live on Internet Radio. For your chance to get a reading with Irish Psychic, simply Skype Tarot Free or call the studio 0144 34 357. International add +353. This show is packed full of psychic readings and advice, so make sure you join the fan page. Details can be found via irishpsychic.net.
Need me.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Hello, you're all very welcome to the Irish Psychic Show for August the 23rd, 2013. I am live now, so if you do listen in at 11 p.m, you're still getting the exact same show, and hopefully we will be answering your question on tonight's show. And with me in studio, big round of applause, it is the fantastic Sandie Byrne. Hello there, Sandie.
Hello, how are things?
I'm not too bad. You're so good to join me on tonight's show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I've been listening in for a while now, so it's great.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
I'm so excited.
Well, for Sandie, for people who don't know you out there, what it is that you do, please, if you can just explain, and where it is that you work from.
Okay, well, I'm from Thurles in County Tipperary, and I'm a medium. So I connect with people who have passed over, so people in spirit world. I also do a bit of tarot cards, and I wouldn't consider myself to be a fortune teller, but I do use cards to give advice for the coming maybe 6 to 12 months.
Brilliant.
So,
and if people want to get a private reading, because I mean, we're not going to go into too much mediumship readings on tonight's show, because like we've spoke off air, it does take quite some time.
It does, and it depends. I mean, every medium works differently, and you know, I've kind of trained myself. I don't know how it works for you, but I've kind of trained myself to connect in with people's energy, because I don't. If anybody out there has ever had any kind of spiritual communication, it can happen at any time, and it's really annoying because you don't get to sleep, and then you're keeping spirits with you. So I kind of connect in with people's energy too. So to hear someone's voice or whatever, it could bring the spirit in, and it does take some time, So it's not that easy to do on the airwaves.
Absolutely. And Sandie, have you ever? It's quite a funny question to ask you, but I will ask it anyway. Have you ever been, say, walking in the street and downtown and just saw someone that you thought needed a reading and went straight over to them?
I tend not to. I'm not necessarily a shy person, but I wouldn't be a forward person either. I wouldn't necessarily walk up to somebody on the street. You would feel things from people. I was at the hairdresser's today, and I gave the lady a reading while she was washing my hair, because people just come to you, but it's how comfortable I feel with that person. If someone's come to me for reading, obviously they're looking for somebody, but someone on the street might not take it that well, so I wouldn't be inclined to go for somebody, no.
Absolutely. Well, it's a good point, because a lot of people ask me, do you have all these, voices in your head, people trying to talk to you all the time? And as much as, I would love to say yes, I kind of do shut off when I'm, not giving you reading. And I'm sure it's the exact same for you.
Absolutely. I mean, how annoying would it be if someone was constantly telling you things about yourself or your past or your relatives?
Sandie, it's enough with the family.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. But, not everybody's into it. So to bring it up, in conversation, if you were somewhere in a pub with people or whatever, a lot of the stuff that will come through as well is very private. So it's not something that you want to do on the airwaves or in public. Definitely.
And if people would like to get a private reading with you, Sandie, how do they go about getting a private reading?
Yeah, if you just go onto my website, it's Sandie Byrne Medium, so it's Sandie with an IE, Sandie Byrne, BYRNE, medium.ie.
Perfect. And again, all the details, Sandie, will be available on my website as well, if they have missed that. So, Sandie, will we continue on and we'll try and get through one question starting off, if that's okay?
Okay, well, I was looking through your texts there, and I just wanted very quickly, and I won't stay too long on it. Lisa emailed in, and she wanted to know if there was any spirit around her and if they have any message for her. Okay, I don't know about a message, but just while I was reading the text, I did feel actually a lady coming through. And she gives me a really bad headache, so she may have had a stroke or some kind of a turn, and she would have been on oxygen. This lady also would have had a lot of problems with veins in her legs, an awful lot of pains in my legs with this lady. So she's definitely around you, Lisa, and she's kind of like a little guardian angel for you, and she's looking out for you. So there's definitely someone out there for you. I think everybody has somebody around them, and this lady would be connected, I think, through your mother's side of the family, and more kind of a grandmother or grandaunt, that kind of a figure.
Brilliant. And Sandie, I forgot to ask you as well, when did you start giving mediumship readings?
Well, when I was a little girl, I had lots of visions of people, But it's only really in the last 2 to 3 years that I started to do it publicly. When I was in my very early 20s, maybe around 19, 20, 21, that age, I went for my first reading, and I was told at that time that I should be a medium. But it was really only my 30s that I felt confident enough to go with it.
Brilliant. And speaking of the public readings that you do, Sandie, I've been to some of your shows, and I have to admit they were absolutely fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much.
And again, all the details of where you do the stage mediumship are on your website as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I put up details of all the shows, and I'm reading at quite a lot of fairs around the country as well over the coming months, so all the details are up on the website.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so we'll continue on before we take a quick commercial break, and if you are listening to the Irish Psychic Show now, all these questions have been sent in for Sandie, and all the details were posted on the poster there, available on my own fan page, which is Irish Psychic on Facebook. So we'll continue on if you have another one there, Sandie.
Okay, so Michelle was wondering if anything good was going to happen to her. Okay, and I can see that things aren't as she would like them to be at the moment. There's a lot going on, but I can definitely see it getting better. If you can hold with things, Michelle, for the next 3 to 4 months, there's a lot happening, and there's a lot of pressure that's on you at the moment that's actually heading out of your life, okay? So if you can stay with it for another while. The cards are telling me you're very much at sea, okay? So there's a lot being going on, and you're not sure which way to go. So bear with us. There's a lot coming, and you're tending to stand back and watch life at the moment. That's the way Spirit are telling it to me. Okay, when I read the tarot cards, I use Spirit and take their advice. And Spirit are telling me that you're standing back and you're watching life, and it's the fact that you're not getting involved which brings you down. So you need to get out there. People are always telling me, when are things going to pick up for me? I mean, things, and I'm sure, Garrod, that you're the same. You're always telling people, don't sit at home and wait for life to come and knock on your door. You have to get out there and make it happen for you, And I do see good things happening, but not, maybe after Christmas, Michelle, things will start to pick up, but I don't see it before then.
Oh, brilliant. And again, speaking like what you were saying there, Sandie, I mean, we're all human. I mean, I've been through the mill as well. There've been bad times myself, and we just have to sometimes you have to kind of just go with it and kind of go through that bad experience before, the rainbow shines.
Yes, absolutely.
And a lot of people kind of, are having difficulties at the moment with regards to money, relationships, jobs, etc. And sometimes that is just normal at the moment, for a lot of people going through them. But there is help out there.
There is help. I mean, there's loads of help out there, and Spirit will never let you go through something alone. So you have to allow yourself to be open to the signs that are given to you. Okay, and look out for the signs from your angels and from your spirit guides. And don't ignore them, because so many times it comes through, especially when people get angel card readings. I mean, time and time again it's coming through to me. I'm trying to connect with this person and they're ignoring me. So don't ignore obvious signs, silly things like something left out and you wonder where it came from and you've been looking for it for a long time, or even songs on the radio, things like that. They're all signs, I believe, especially if it really means something to you and exactly what you're going through at the moment. Okay?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but I mean, we're masters of our own destiny, I think. And, waiting for Spirit to make life happen to you isn't really realistic either. We tend to think that people in Spirit can have a huge effect on our lives. They can't. They can have a huge effect on us and how we look at things, but it's up to us to make things happen, really.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep, completely agree there, Sandie. Okay, we'll take a quick commercial break, and after this, Sandie will be reading for more people. And if you're listening to the show now, you're very welcome to send in a question now if you want. All you simply need to do is simply go to irishpsychic.net and just comment underneath there on the radio player. There is a post there where you can actually send in your questions. Do join us after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
You walk away from everything in me. Silently, you touch my face, and it gets hard to breathe. 'Cause every time I think of you, you're all I wanna see. 'Cause yesterday was the time of my life. I took you for granted, one too many times. And I wish I could make you trust my love with simple rhymes. You said it's all over, and I have to draw the line. But yesterday was the time of my life. 'Cause you said that someone's got the best of me, and baby, yeah, you're right. But you're that someone, and you will be till the day I die. So in spite of all the teary eyes, the broken hearts and long goodbyes, I've had the time of my life. I will take the pain of knowing that I'll be alone, but I can't take the pain of knowing that you're not coming home. Love like ours will never die, you know it's set in stone. But yesterday was the time of my life. 'Cause you said that someone's got the best of me, and baby, yeah, you're right. You're that someone, and you will be till the day I die. So in spite of all the teary eyes, the broken hearts and long goodbyes, I've had the time of my life. Maybe we can grow again like leaves upon a tree. Maybe I could be the one and everything you need. Sorry that I couldn't be, but baby, please believe yesterday was the time of my life. Yesterday was the time of my life. Yesterday was the time of my life.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. I do hope you're enjoying the show. With me in studio is the fantastic Sandie Byrne, and she's also a medium here in Ireland, and she also does private readings. And if you would like to get a private reading with Sandie, just go to our website. It is www.sandiebyrnemedium.ie, and all the details will be available of Sandie's website on my own fan page on Facebook. Okay, so it's time for just a quick reading with myself, and there is a question in here from Roy O'Helly. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Roy. And Roy just wants to find out regarding relationship. So I'm just shuffling the cards now, Roy. When they tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards. And I'll lay the cards for your reading. Again, just while I'm actually shuffling the cards, Roy, the way Spirit is actually making me feel is a lot of confusion. It's quite strange, really, because it's like if, usually when Spirit tell me to stop, they're kind of, straight away with that kind of stop message. But the way they're kind of giving me the message is it's like if there's a lot of confusion around the situation. So we're just going to lay out the cards just to see what is coming up. Right, quite interesting there, the cards that have come up there, Roy. The cards that are after coming up are, we have the Queen of Cups in the upright position, we have the Nine of Wands in the upright position, and we also have the Death card as well, and the Death card is one of the major cards, and when I mention major, it just means that there's a higher significance placed on these cards. Now, the Death card has nothing to do with physical death, it's always to do with regards to transformation, but because it's actually in the reverse position here, Roy, I don't actually feel that the lady around you, or the girl around you at the moment, and that's indicated there by the Queen of Cups, I kind of feel that it's just friendship at the moment. I don't feel it's kind of going to go, into kind of, romantic, links there. I don't kind of feel any romance around this particular girl. Maybe she's in a relationship at the moment. And the reason why I'm saying that, Roy, is I'm after pulling another card just now, and it is the 10 of Sceptres, and that's in the upright position. But you also have the Lover's card here as well, and the Lover's card is actually in the reversed position, and that's one of the major cards as well. And because it's actually in the reversed position, just like what I've mentioned before I even laid out the cards, it's kind of that confusion around the situation. So, your kind of best bet is just to kind of leave it at the moment. And, if she just wants to be friends, well, so be it. Don't kind of, force it, or don't kind of hope that it's going to get any, I suppose, better, because it's like if I feel that she's with someone at the moment. So I hope that makes sense. And thank you very much, Roy, for sending in your question to the show. Okay, so that's me done for the night. Sandie, it's back to yourself.
You're not going to pass the book over to me yet?
No, I'm not. Okay, so we have another question in for Sandie.
I love the way when I'm listening to you.
Say that again,
Sorry?
Sandie? No, say that again.
Sorry, no, I was just going to say that I love when I'm listening to you reading. And, I was just wondering, is that something that, you always do? I've heard you do it a lot on air. You concentrate a lot on, exactly what the card is, and I've never done that, like you've got the pentacles and the cups and all that. And just for people often ask me, like, do you learn it by heart or whatever? And, maybe you've been through this and I haven't heard you before, but do you really, is it how you feel when you read the card, or do you actually feel, well, it's cups or it's hearts or whatever, and that's very significant? Because I have to say I've never read a book on the tarot cards, and for me it's a feeling that I get when I read the cards. And I'm just wondering, do you work the same? Because I think people find it very interesting.
Sandie, you're putting me on the spot here. But I have no problem. No, it's quite funny that you actually mentioned that, because my friend, who's also a tarot reader, and he's been doing it years upon years, he asked me up to one of his, teaching the tarot, say.
Yeah.
And I went up to Dublin, and I had my own tarot deck here. I don't actually use the Rider-Waite tarot deck. I use a different deck. No. And I went in, and we all sat down, and he started going through the different meanings of the cards. And I was kind of thinking, okay, I'm totally confused, but I'm going to just, listen anyway, because everything that he was teaching was to what you were mentioning there, that some people just read from the book. And I'm the complete opposite, because if a certain card comes up that I know the meaning of, maybe, the Lover's card is to do with relationships, etc., it's during that reading, whatever I'm actually feeling towards that, kind of card, and towards the feeling that spirit make me feel, that's what I actually have to say. So,
exactly.
Even when, say, the 3 of coins may come up, that's actually the commitment card. But if I'm giving the reading, and it may not even be a relationship reading that I'm giving, it has a completely different meaning to me when I'm actually reading for the person. So just like what you said there, a lot of people kind of want to kind of learn the tarot, and I kind of feel that it's not something that you just kind of pick up a book and learn. It's within you to learn, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. People don't go enough with their gut feelings these days. Do you find that?
Absolutely, Sandie. Because some people are kind of like, I might be doing a reading for someone, and I email the reading back to them, and then they might get back to me and they say, you've mentioned there with regards, the 4 of coins. Well, that meaning to me is X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, well, that's fine, but I have a different set of tarot tarot cards, and Absolutely. The meaning that I would say might be completely different to what they've learned. So when you're getting a tarot reading from someone, don't feel that the cards mean everything. Don't kind of put the emphasis on just what they kind of mean. It's what you actually pick up on while reading for the person.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all in the energy, isn't it?
All in the energy,
and I have
Sandie.
to say, it's very important. The tarot cards that people choose, okay? Because I remember that when I started reading them, I thought, I'll never read these tarot cards. And my mentor, I don't know if people have heard of a UK-based medium called TJ Higgs, and I trained with her, and I said to her, I'll never read these cards. And she said, where did you buy them? And I had bought them off the internet. And it's the worst way to buy cards, because you need to hold the cards and you need to feel them. Even if they're shrink-wrapped in the shop, hold them and you'll get a feeling from them if they're going to work for you or not. And when I picked up this deck that I use, it's actually a Celtic Druids deck. And it doesn't say pentacles or anything on it, it's just got loads of nice pictures. But I didn't even see them, I just held the box and it was like somebody kicked me in the chest. So it's a feeling that you get from the deck. It's very important that you have one that's going to work for you.
Very, very important. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because a lot of people just go, I'm going to get the Rider-Waite deck because that's what everyone, uses. And then when they get them, Sandie, they're kind of like, okay, I don't know how to read these because they're totally confusing. They have the whole book and they're totally, totally lost. And that's not the whole point of tarot. The whole point of tarot is to learn within yourself and take your time as well. There's no rush.
No, not at all. And the Rider-Waite ones are ones that I personally wouldn't use because he was actually, and even the cards, if you look at them, they were very sexist. So it wouldn't be a deck that I would particularly be drawn to.
I've never been honest, Sandie. I've never actually read with them, so I don't actually know.
No,
I've seen some pictures from them, but
yeah. So, but I mean, if you pick them up and you have a feeling from them and they're going to work for you, that's absolutely fine.
Absolutely. It's funny that you actually asked me that question, because a lot of people have asked me that question, maybe when I'm reading for people, how did you learn, etc. And it's always good to find out from another medium how they've learned as well.
Exactly, and I mean, literally, my mentor just said to me, practice on people, get your friends in and everything, and tell them what the card means to them, and I guarantee you it'll be right, and it is.
Absolutely.
So I just want to mention Lisa very quickly. She sent in a message here, and she lost her grandaunt Peggy, and I'm really sorry for your loss, Lisa, and I know how hard it can be, especially when somebody passes away very suddenly, okay? And I can feel when I'm connecting with Peggy, if, what I do, especially when I have a name, I call them, okay? And she makes me feel all short of breath and tight in my chest, okay? And, we're all going to be that little bit scared, I think, in our last moments, okay, because we don't know what's coming. But she's actually very, very settled, and she's very, very happy, and she's with a gentleman in spirit. And I have to say, he feels more kind of brotherly towards her, this man, and he's not the tallest man in the world. He's maybe only about 5'6", 5'7", and a gentleman that kind of has a large chest, and he holds his chin down to his chest all the time, so maybe a little bit shy. But he's really nice, and he's looking after her, and he's making sure that she's settling into spirit. So she's been well looked after, okay? So I wouldn't worry too much about her. It's the people here that always need more compassion and support, okay? The people are very well supported when they pass over, so please don't worry about her. She will be fine. Okay?
That's brilliant, absolutely brilliant there, Sandie. Sorry, I was actually reading the questions there myself.
Yeah.
I was going through all the questions because there's more coming in for you, Sandie.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's fine. So I hope that brings some peace to Lisa. There was another one here that I wanted to touch on, if I can find it. I was kind of scrolling through them here, and there's so many. It's I think it was Dawn was looking to know, was she going to move abroad? She's looking to move to a particular country, which she hopes will hold better prospects for her and her family, okay? So I'm just going to draw 3 cards here. And another thing that I have a tendency to do when I'm reading cards is, sometimes if I feel that it's warranted, I'll read them individually. But I'm going to take 3 cards here, and I'm going to read the overall message, okay? Because sometimes when you put them together, you get either positive or negative from them. Okay, so let me pull 3 cards. Okay. And I will be honest with Dawn, and I don't feel that at the moment it would be the best thing for you to do, okay? And the reason that... one of the reasons that is coming up as to why it wouldn't be the best thing to do is because you're scared, okay? And when you're scared of something, it's never the best thing to do because it means you're not ready. When it's the right time, you will feel it, okay? I just feel that at the moment there's so much... what's the word? Not tension, but, that you're spending so much time thinking about it. There's a whole load of emphasis on will we, won't we. It's actually putting pressure on your relationship. You need to take a step back. You need to count the blessings that you have in your life where you are at the moment before you're thinking about moving forward, okay? It's like you're placing all your eggs in one basket, but you're not enjoying where you are, okay? And you have a good life where you are, I can see that, okay? It's not the end of the world. Everybody's going through turmoil at the moment, and moving abroad isn't necessarily going to fix that. It's definitely not the right time for you, Dawn. So I'd like you to take a step back and just reassess your situation.
Oh, thank you very much there, Dawn, for sending that question. And speaking of questions, Sandie, I have to announce the big thing that you've mentioned before we come on air, and it's absolutely brilliant. But for anyone that did send in a question, and even if your question was read out, and even if your question was not read out, they're all in for a draw, and you may as well tell them the prize, Sandie. Yeah,
so I'm offering a free Skype reading to somebody tonight. So Garrod is going to do a draw at the end of the show and announce the winner. And we will have a 1-hour Skype session where we can have mediumship and tarot cards.
Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Sandie, for giving that fantastic prize.
No problem.
And what we'll do now is we'll just take another quick break. So if you would like to get a reading with Sandie here on the Irish Psychic Show, please do send in your question now. All you simply need to do is just go to irishpsychic.net, click on the radio show there, and you can type your question underneath the radio player there. You can also contact us via Facebook. It's Irish Psychic. Or you can contact Sandie via Facebook as well. Just type in Sandie Byrne Medium and you'll see there her fan page as well. Okay, time for a quick break. Do join us after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Let's make amends, let's be friends again. It all depends on the kindness we extend. I didn't expect you to buy it, but it didn't hurt to try it. All I'm saying is, let's try again. Come to me, let me show you.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. With me in studio is the fantastic Sandie Byrne Medium, and I do hope that if you have got a reading with Sandie as well on tonight's show, please do send her a message. It's always good to get the feedback as well. We love getting feedback here on the show. Okay, keep those questions coming in. The next person that I would like to read for, we're actually going to do a double reading for this particular person, and it is Andrea Bolton. And you've sent in your date of birth. We're not going to mention your date of birth, Andrea, but can I just say a very happy birthday for yesterday, and hopefully you had a fantastic day as well, because some people are kind of fussy about that with regards to their age. So we'll just say it's your 21st, Andrea. So fingers crossed, I know you had a good day. Okay, so the question that you've just asked is, could do with a reading, please. Feeling very down and could do with some guidance, blessings. Well, that's no problem at all, Andrea. So as you can hear, I'm just shuffling the cards now. And when Spirit tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards, which was actually just now. I'm just laying out the cards now. And this is for Andrea Bolton. Right, the cards that are coming up here, Andrea, are we have the Hierophant card. That's one of the major cards. We have the 2 of Wands in the reverse position. We have the 9 of Cups in the upright position. We have the King of Cups in the upright position. We also have the 5 of Coins in the upright position here as well. I kind of feel in relation to the reading at the moment, Andrea, and you're kind of this feeling down at the moment. It's more tension is what I'm actually picking up. It's more kind of it's quite interesting the way they're actually giving me the message here at the moment, because it's like if I just see 2 crocodiles, and that's the message that they're giving me at the moment, Andrea, and it's like if there's just 2 crocodiles snapping at one another, and that's where I feel the King of Cups comes in, because I kind of feel that this is in relation to your partner. I kind of feel that it's like if he's not on purpose doing things to kind of upset you, but it's like if you feel that he's doing things on purpose, and it's like if there's kind of tension around the situation and tension around, the relationship at the moment, I suppose is the best way of putting it. But the good news, Andrea, is it's not going to last forever. It is kind of something that it's like if it's just one of those things where you have to kind of, ride the storm and just hope that everything's going to be okay. And yes, it's definitely going to be okay, because of the 5 of Coins, which is the happiness card. And that's kind of the outcome of the situation, and it will work out and things will work out. Now, you also have the 9 of Cups as well. And the 9 of Cups is actually the relationship card as well, and the emotion around, the relationship as well. And I kind of feel that, if you can just let things go, and kind of the way they're kind of giving me the message now is kind of saying, bury the hatchet. Don't, kind of have this tension built up inside you, because we all, within a relationship, we're always going to have some difficulties, and there's always going to be some things that we're not happy with. But they're the kind of things that you need to work upon. And if you can work upon those kind of things, well, trust me, everything else will work out. So I hope that makes sense. Now, they're also mentioning as well, here, Andrea, with regards to the Hierophant card, there may be something legal coming up, and usually when this particular card comes up, it is something that will need to be kind of dealt with, but it's something that will be overcome quite quickly, and the outcome will be positive as well. So I hope that makes sense, Andrea, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question as well. So I'm going to hand you over now to Sandie just to see what she has to say in relation to that question as well.
Yeah. And can I just say happy birthday to Andrea too? It's very nice when someone remembers your birthday, Andrea, and we did notice that from your date of birth. So that was nice. And I'd like to say that we said we'd do double reading, and we wouldn't discuss what came up in the cards beforehand. We just did it at the same time, and my reading came out very, very similar. Okay, there were issues in the relationship also came up, okay? And it talks about how you feel that you're the one that's putting in all the effort into the relationship, that your partner is kind of taking and not giving anything back, okay? And this is very much a feeling. It's how you're feeling. It's frustration. I don't feel it's very much warranted, and I feel your partner doesn't really understand where you're coming from because he doesn't see the issue. You need to talk, okay? The cards are also telling me you're very closed, okay? You used to be quite an open person, but you've closed yourself down, okay? Stop keeping everything inside you. People, they can't fix a situation if they don't know what it is, so don't, keep getting frustrated. Let it all out, okay? Even if you scream at somebody someday, let it all out. But as Grode says, I agree, it's coming to an end, okay? It's like you've been through the desert, but, you can see the end. The oasis is ahead of us, and we're going to get some water here, okay? So it's going to get better. If you can stick with this maybe another 6 to 8 weeks, you're going to start feeling much, much better, okay? And the cards are also telling me, that you're feeling a little bit frustrated with kind of friends and family, okay? So coming away from the romantic relationship, there's a frustration there where you feel you're doing everything for everyone and maybe they don't appreciate you. Okay, they do, okay? I keep saying to people, I say it over and over again, we're Irish. We only tell each other when we do things wrong, and that's, it's so downheartening. But you're doing all the right things and they do appreciate you, okay? So it's just the way you're feeling at the moment, and it's just how people are reacting to you. It's not a huge situation, and you will get over it, okay? So you will start to feel better in the next 6 to 8 weeks, I promise.
Oh, isn't it interesting, Sandie, just how, I suppose, exact the cards can be as well in terms of, the reading that we both gave there.
Yeah, absolutely. The same issues came up, and poor Andrea, we all do it, we try and work through things and we build it up to big things inside ourselves, and, then one day we explode. We shouldn't do that. We should just tell people, and I've even started doing it with my own poor husband, God bless him, and I kind of go, I'm pissed off, just leave me alone here for 5 or 10 minutes.
It's true though, Sandie. Yeah, it's true. That it's exactly what you said. I mean, some people ask you the question with regards to relationship, and then you're kind of thinking, well, have you asked, your partner?
Yes.
Have you asked them to kind of, stop doing what they're doing? And then they kind of come back to you and tell you, no, I didn't. And then I'm like, well, that's what a relationship should be. It has to be open.
Yeah.
And even if you're going to upset someone by saying something, if it means that you have to say it to get it off your chest, you're better off just saying it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just going to eat you up. It's just going to exactly. It's going to eat you up inside, and you're going to get angry, and then that's not what we want within a relationship.
Definitely not.
Okay, so there's still questions coming in for Sandie. So if you would like to get a question answered on the show, please do send them in now if you can, and hopefully we will answer your question before the end of the show. And there's only 20 minutes left, Sandie.
Oh gosh.
How time flies.
Do you need to take a break?
Well, if we can do another one, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
Please, take your time.
I'll do this very quickly because I was kind of doing this during the break. Mandy texted in, and she has a problem with the legal issue that's going on, okay? And what the cards came out, and as I said, I don't concentrate on long-term futures, and, your fortune teller should always tell you how far into the future that they're going. And I will only ever go within, the next 6 to 12 months. And Mandy, I don't see a resolution, okay? I think this is going to be long and drawn out. So you need to stop putting as much pressure on yourself and putting as much time into the situation as you have been doing, okay? Yes, there's things that need to be done, and yes, there's, T's to be crossed and I's to be dotted. But, you're putting too much time and energy in this. It's like this is the be-all and end-all. It's not, okay? This is a long, drawn-out situation, and Spirit want you to see it as that, okay? So allocate time accordingly. Don't allocate 8 hours of every day to this one situation. You're putting too much into it. You're stressing yourself out, okay?
Oh, thank you very much.
Unfortunately, I can't tell her how it's going to turn out because I tend not to go that far into the future.
I know, there's kind of like, with a question like that, you have to be careful as well, especially when we're on air as well, Sandie.
Absolutely,
so that's why, again, I'm sure if Sandie wants to go into more information on that, you're more than welcome to purchase a private reading of her. And again, our website is sandiebyrnemedium.ie. Okay, so we'll do another one, Sandie, if you can, please.
Okay, let me see, I haven't gone that far forward yet. Okay, there's one here that doesn't ask anything in particular. Sarah just wanted to know what's going on, okay? So I'm just going to shuffle the cards, and again, same as Garrod, I tend to shuffle until, if a person's here with me, I let them say stop, or I wait till Spirit tell me to say stop. Okay? So I'm just going to, what I do is I'm going to draw out 5 cards here for you, Sarah. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Oh dear. Okay. Sarah, with regards to your relationship, okay, it's like two bulls locking horns here. This isn't working, okay? And the reason it's not working is because there's a third person in this relationship. Now, it's not that I'm saying that anybody's having an affair, but there's someone sticking their oar in, there's someone constantly commenting, constantly telling you what you should or shouldn't be doing, and it's coming between you, okay? This is not a good situation. You need to get yourself out of it. You're making life harder than it needs to be. On the plus side, the cards are telling me that you have started thinking about the future. You're now planting the seeds going forward, and this is going to be really good for you. Okay, you are going to reap the benefits. So keep doing what you're doing, keep planning for your future, and, I don't think you should be planning for this person to be in your future, not long term, okay? It's not good for you, it's not right, and I'd like to see you come out of it and be happier, okay?
Oh, thank you very much.
Too sad for poor Sarah.
I know. I mean, sometimes we just have to be honest as well about what comes up, Sandie.
Absolutely, that's true.
Okay,
if we were all happy, we wouldn't be here, would we?
Exactly, Sandie. Absolutely. Well, you can take a little 2-minute break for yourself now.
Okay.
So don't go anywhere.
I won't.
Thanks very much. Okay, so the next person I would like to read for, we have a question in here from Robert McMahon. And Robert has not really asked a question. He just wanted to kind of see what the cards say. So that's no problem at all, Robert. So as you can hear, I'm just shuffling the cards. And when Spirit tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards and I'll hit the cards for Robert. And as you are listening to the show, you're listening to myself and Sandie Byrne. And she's brilliant to join me on the Irish Psychic Radio Show. And we're here until... well, it'll be 12 midnight when you're listening to the show, but we're here until 7 p.m. because the show was broadcast earlier. Okay, so I'm just laying out the cards now. Okay, very, very interesting cards come up here for yourself, Robert. We have the Horseman of Cups in the upright position. We have the Seven of Sceptres in the reversed position. And we also have the Three of Coins in the upright position. Absolutely brilliant cards when it comes to a relationship. And I kind of feel that it's a new relationship. Excuse me. It's kind of a new relationship is what I'm actually picking up here, Robert. So if you've been kind of worried, are things going in the right direction? Are you going to find someone? The answer is they've nearly already found you. That's the way the Spirit is kind of giving me the message. So it's kind of like within the next month, to 8 weeks that this person is going to come into your life. And it is a very, very strong relationship is what I'm picking up. And this person is going to be very, very... very, very kind of similar to yourself, Robert. That's the way they're kind of giving me the message, because it's like if they're showing me just twins here. That's the way they're kind of giving me the message. They're just saying twins all the time. Now, you do have the Seven of Sceptres, and the Seven of Sceptres is kind of the caution card, because it's actually in the reversed position. It's like if they may not live up to everything that you're looking for. And a lot of people kind of wonder, why haven't I found someone? And sometimes you just need to drop that barrier where you're kind of thinking, right, I'm looking for this person, and this person has to have A, B, C, D, E, F, and they go right through the alphabet, and if one of those things don't match, they're gone straight away. And that's something that you cannot do when you're looking for love. You just have to kind of go, do you know what? Whoever finds me, I want them to be loving, caring, kind, monogamous, etc. Just be open to the idea of love. And this goes for all the people listening into the show at the moment. If you're single at the moment and you're kind of thinking to yourself, when will I find someone? How will I find someone? Sometimes it's just a matter of you loving yourself more and then just allowing that person to come into your life. And I can guarantee, Robert, within the next 6 to 8 weeks that this relationship is going to happen for you as well. So I hope that makes sense, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question as well. Time for a quick break. Do join us after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Just an empty room and an endless night. Got a picture of you, and I'm thinking I might try to call you here, and you lie with me. Just to touch your lips, just to hear you breathe. 'Cause a moment without you's like a lifetime, and I'd do anything to turn the hands of time. I just took you for granted. You're all that I ever wanted, and I swear I'll never do that again. So will you stay with me forever? Will you take me by the hand? Let me be your everything, although I'm just a man. Will you understand that I can't understand you all the time? But my destiny is yours, and your destiny is mine. Did you ever think that I let you down? That I leave my house in the lost and found? Did you cry for me when I cried for you? and I swear I'll never do that again. So will you stay with me forever? Will you take me by the hand? Will you let me be your everything? Although I'm just a man, will you understand that I can't understand you all the time? But my destiny is yours, and your destiny is mine. Just a moment without you's like a lifetime, and I'd do anything to turn the hands of time. So will you stay with me forever? Will you take me by the hand? Will you let me be your everything? Although I'm just a man, will you understand that I can't understand you all the time? My destiny is yours, your destiny is mine.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. Well, there's only 9 minutes now left of the Irish Psychic Show. And with me in studio is the fantastic Sandie Byrne. Sandie, you're still with me?
I'm here. Yes, it's lovely to hear myself being called fantastic.
Oh, well, it's absolutely true, Sandie. And
thank you.
Mary Murray in the chat room has said the show is fantastic. So that's always good feedback.
Mary. Yeah, that's brilliant. It's brilliant to hear.
Oh.
I feel like I'm just having a conversation with a friend. I forget there's other people listening.
Oh, thank you very much, Sandie. Well, that's always a good feedback, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's lovely to hear. I would like to speak to Aoife if she's listening, because she wrote in asking how her mum is. And I always hate to see somebody who's lost their mum, because, you know, I'm just so close to my mum, and I don't know what I'll do if anything ever happens to her, God bless her. And I just pulled some cards to help me with the reading. Sometimes I use the cards as well for spiritual readings. So I can actually tell you, Aoife, that she's more worried about you than herself, okay? She's trying to send you signs. She seems to be around you, and she's trying to send you signs, and you're not seeing them, okay? So again, you need to open up to the signs. You know, maybe you'll feel her around you. A lot of people say, you know, they might feel a breeze on their face when they're in bed, like a breath or something. You know, and that's your family members coming to you. So be aware of all these things happening, okay? She's frustrated from trying to connect with you, you know. She's worried about you being unhappy, okay? And I feel like, you know, a bit of unhappiness with you, Aoife, at the moment. So maybe you're going through something. Everybody in the country is going through something at the moment, and your mom's quite concerned about you, okay? So talk to her. She can hear you, and she knows what's going on. And she's a bit worried. There's something coming up in the family, okay? There's some kind of get-together, you know, whether it's a mass in honour of your mum, whether it's a birthday or anniversary or something. The family are coming together, and you're not wanting to go. And she's trying to encourage you to go. She's trying to say, you know, go out there, enjoy yourself, you know, have a bit of a laugh, meet with people, socialise. She feels you're not doing it enough, and she doesn't want you to miss out on this occasion, okay? She's also a little bit worried. I make it sound like you're like a terrible Aoife, and it's not really, but your mum is just taking the opportunity to come out with some concerns that she has about you, and she's talking about a particular situation in your life that you're going through at the moment, and you need to take charge of it, and you're leaving it on the long finger all of the time, okay? Stand up and own the situation. It's yours, and It's something that you can control, and stop letting other people control you, okay? So please, it's your life. You need to guide it in the direction that you want it to go, and your mum just feels that you're not doing this at the moment. I can see how much you miss her, and I can see equally how much she misses you. You're lacking the guidance that you used to get from her, okay? But she's still around you trying to guide you. You just need to relax a little bit and feel her spirit, feel her energy, and sometimes you might even smell her perfume. It's not your imagination, okay? It's your mum. She's definitely all around you. So please, now she's talking about you going on a little break, okay? There might be a little trip here somewhere, and you need it, okay? You need the break. You need the break from the routine. Sometimes it just does your head in. Somebody's gone, and you're still doing the same old rigmarole every day, okay? You need to break the routine. You just get a break for a night or two. I don't care if you go to the bed and breakfast down the road, okay? You're just taking a break for a night or two and clearing your head, and that's what you need at the moment, okay? Does that make sense?
Oh, it's always sad, Sandie, when someone sends in a question so close to, I think, everyone's heart.
Yeah, absolutely. What do we do without our mammies? And sometimes they're gone so quickly, that we just don't get time to say the things that we wanted to say. And so many people think, yes, okay, well, there's mediums and there's people that find it easier. I think it's something that we can all do, but some people find it easier to connect with spirit. And while, yes, you will need to come to a medium to hear your mother's message, your mother can hear you. You don't need to go to somebody to talk to her. And I keep having people say to me in meetings, will you please tell them this and will you please tell them that? I said, they've just heard you say it, okay? So your man can hear you. Anybody that's in spirit, they can hear you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And when you're actually doing a stage show, Sandie, and a lot of people, before they actually turn up at the event, is there anything that they can do to ask their own family members who they'd like to, communicate with to make it easier for you? Is there anything that they can do before coming to the show? Oh,
yeah. I mean, I hear it time and time again. I mean, I'm sure as a medium you know yourself. Okay, the first thing to make sure, whether you're going to a stage show or a one-to-one reading with a medium, you have to be in the right place. If you are completely stressed out financially or relationship-wise to the point, that you can't think straight, that's going to come between, the medium and your energy, okay? It's going to stop spirit coming into you. Don't forget that a reading is a very emotional thing. It brings out huge emotion in people. It takes you right back to those feelings of grief sometimes. And if you're not able to take that on top of the stress that you have already, then spirit won't come. Okay, so that's one thing. You need to be in the right, in the right frame of mind to receive a message. But also, I do hear a lot from people after shows, and they say, well, I asked them to mention that, and it was the first thing you said. And people are always, talking to people. Now, I can't guarantee you don't come to a show and say, well, I've asked them to say a certain thing now, and if you don't say it, I won't believe you. Because not everybody will, but I've had it quite a lot. They said, I told him to mention that. It might be the dog, it might be the kettle that they've had for the last 45 years. It could be anything. But once they mention it, then the person knows, oh my God, that was them, they were with me today. And that's, it's a real feeling of, puts people at ease to know that they're around and that they know what's going on.
Absolutely. And I mean, even myself, when I was at, your own show, it's just great as a medium myself, just to see the messages that you pass on to people. And even if you've never been to one of these shows, you've nothing to lose. Just go and see it.
Absolutely. It's a demonstration. Okay, not everybody in the audience is going to get a reading. It's like sending in the messages tonight. I wish I could give 100 people a reading within a couple of hours. It would be fantastic, but it's not realistic. But it gives people. Some people are very nervous. Do you find that, Garrod, that people are nervous to come for reading? They're nervous what might happen.
Absolutely.
It gives you a taster of how it works.
Well, a lot of the time, Sandie, people have seen things on the television or they've heard bad stories, and that puts us in kind of a predicament where we're kind of thinking, no, that's not what we do. Yeah,
it's very dramatised on television. You have to take what you see on telly with a pinch of salt.
Absolutely.
I think Most Haunted really scared people, and you have to remember that not all of that was real, and why would your loved ones come the whole way from the other side to scare you or to upset you? They're trying to come and bring comfort and let you know that they're okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Sandie, I'm afraid we only have time for one more, if that's okay.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, let me see. Have we anything new in? What am I going through here?
I can send you them if you want. Are you okay?
No, that's okay. I have one here that I'm going to go with, even though I have no more information. Okay. Somebody asked, is Sylvia okay? Okay, so Sylvia in spirit, and we have a couple of people here that are worried about her. Okay, so I'm just mixing up my cards here, and I'm going to pull a few cards. and we'll see what's going on for Sylvia, bless her. Okay, I think this message came from Tony, am I right? I think it is, yeah. Tony wants to know if Sylvia is okay.
That's correct, yep, it is Tony.
Yeah, okay, so let me put some cards here and we'll see how Sylvia is going. Okay. We've got some negativity. I don't want people to think that I'm always negative, okay? Sylvia's situation seems to be pretty unique, okay, because there's a lot of turbulence here. The danger card has come up, okay, so Sylvia's passing would have been quite traumatic for her, okay? She's settling down, okay, and I do feel that this has taken some time, okay? She was pushed into a world that she wasn't ready to go into. She wasn't ready to leave this world, but nonetheless, unfortunately, she was taken, and it's taken her some time to settle down. There's quite a bit of bitterness here, okay? So, there's somebody to blame for Sylvia's death, and she's not really coming to terms with it just yet. She still feels that there's a lot more that she wanted to do in this life. On the plus side, Sylvia is recognising that her family are coming together to remember her, okay? Whether it's anniversary, birthday, or there's something on around this time of the year, her family are coming together to remember her, and she wants them to know that she's going to be there, okay? And she wants them to know as well that she's feeling, much better. There's some emotions that she's carried from this earth that she's not getting over, but she's learning to recognise that there is some pluses and that people do still remember her and they do still love her, okay? She's not going to let one person, affect eternity for her. So she's coming closer to her family, and there's something going on within the family, and she's going to be there, and she's looking forward to it, okay? So she is coming to terms with having passed. Okay, it's taken some time, and I can see that it has been very traumatic for her, but she's coming closer to the family, okay? It takes time to settle with emotions. Do you find that when spirit comes through? Especially somebody that's been taken maybe quite young or quite suddenly. It's a very hard thing to come to terms with. Have you found that in your readings?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Sandie. I mean, any reading that you do, it's very, very difficult for us as mediums because we pick up on the energies around them, and even ourselves, I'm sure you find it yourself, with some of the feelings that we pick up on, we kind of find it hard to shut off, and that's something that I'm still kind of learning to do, because when you read for someone and it's quite dramatic and you're picking up all this energy, especially if there's negative energy around the situation, you do have to kind of keep your own self, I suppose, at ease as well, because I'm sure yourself you find emotionally it's quite draining.
Oh, yeah, huge, yeah. Of course it is. Especially when you've got somebody coming through like this, that has taken them time, to come to terms with what's happened to them. I mean, that's something you can't just walk away from and leave behind. I'm not a hard person. No matter how much you read people, it's not something that you become immune to. These are human beings, and I'm a human being, and I can sympathise on a certain level.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's always good to see how a medium, brings through the message, because we have to be compassionate when we're giving a reading as well. And like Sandie is mentioning here on, the show here, you have to just know what to say and when to say it. And if sometimes we're not going to withhold information, but sometimes we have to say it in a different way. Would you agree, Sandie?
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the point. And, every medium is a bit psychic. And the reason for that is you need to know how much information the person in front of you can take. If someone's at breaking point and you give them that little piece of information that drives them over the edge, that would be horrendous for them. So you need to read the person and see how much are they able to take. I mean, there's no point in me telling somebody that somebody's not settled in spirit if they're not yet come to terms with the fact that this person has passed, because that might drive somebody over the edge.
Absolutely.
But I'm glad to see that Sylvia is settling down, and I have to say that I feel it's taken some time for this. But, I feel positive and I kind of read the cards, from right to left for some reason when they come up, and it's kind of like a story, and it builds up, and we've had all this, we've had the danger, we've had, the settling in, the keeping to ourselves and all this, and then it moves on to the positive. So, we're coming to an end of this period of grief and this grieving for her life that she didn't get to live out. Okay, so she's getting much better.
Oh, thank you. Well, Sandie, before we go, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to announce the winner of the 1 hour Skype reading with yourself.
Perfect.
So everyone, fingers crossed, it could be you. Do join us after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. Well, during that quick commercial break, all the names of all the questions, all the questions or all the names from the people who sent in the questions went into the draw, and the winner of the 1 hour Skype reading with Sandie is, drumroll please, there we go, it is Lynn Donovan. Congratulations, Lynn. So, Sandie, you will be hearing from Lynn quite soon, I presume. Over the weekend, they can get in contact with you over Facebook.
Absolutely, yeah. If you log onto my website, you can send an email through the website or just give me a buzz. We'll organise a time and we'll do that. Date.
Absolutely
we'll call
brilliant.
it a date, Lynn.
Well, speaking of winners, Sandie, before I let you go as well, I have to announce the winners of the numerology reading, and anyone who liked the poster on yesterday's page will be in with the chance. And I'm just going through all the people who've liked the poster here, and the first person to win one of those numerology readings is Ryan Shaw. So Ryan, if you can get in contact with myself, Irish Psychic, just send me a private message. And the next person to win one of those readings is, I'm closing my eyes here as I go through all the, it's quite fun actually, I love doing this. It is Patricia Steins. And Patricia, you're also after winning one of those numerology readings with myself as well. So we've had loads of winners here on tonight's show, Sandie.
Yeah, fantastic.
And Sandie, just before I let you go, how can people get in contact with you for a private reading, please?
Okay, well, all the details are on my website, Sandie, S-A-N-D-I-E, byrnemedium.ie, or if you're on Facebook, just search for Sandie Byrne Medium and you'll get onto my fan page and you can private message me there.
Brilliant. And it's always good, I mean, with the Skype readings there, Sandie, you can be anywhere in the world to get one of those readings.
Absolutely. I regularly read for people in Canada, in the USA, the UK, so all over. So, don't be afraid. Give us a buzz and we'll sort something out.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, Sandie, can I just say thank you so much for joining me on tonight's show?
No, it's been my pleasure and I hope we can do it again in the future.
Definitely. And we'll definitely set a date for that.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you. Thank you once again, Sandie.
No, thank you so much, and thanks everybody for listening.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. There you go. That was Sandie Byrne Medium, and all the details of her Facebook page and her website will be available on my own page. So please do check it out. And can I just say thank you all so much for listening to the show. If you've caught the podcast, well, that's brilliant. Hopefully you will be one of those people that we've read for on tonight's show. And from myself, Irish Psychic, and from Sandie, have a fantastic weekend. Take care. Good night.
The 20th century came and went into the arms of 21, and inside I'm all done. Baby brother 21 licked his lips and snapped his tongue and cried, I've begun, I've just begun. Tired from all this innovation, it's just sliding, slipping out of control. Baby brother, I can see the fire in your eyes. Believe me, there are things you still don't know. How much faster can we go? More megabytes of memory show that even T1 lines will be too slow. 13 hours behind the screen, connected to your world of dreams. But don't forget, you're really all alone. The 20th century came and went into the arms of 21, and inside I'm all done. Baby brother 21 licked his lips and snapped his tongue and cried, I've begun, I've just begun. That you have lost all imagination. Your tired knees are far too in control. Older brother, I can see the bags beneath your eyes. Believe me, there are things you will never know.
As fiber optics help us flow more megabytes of memory show. 1 year is now a long time ago. Even with this blazing pace, I only hope to be embraced. As you dissolve, we'll begin to grow. The 20th century came and went into the arms of 21, and inside, I'm all done. Baby brother 21 licked his lips and snapped his tongue and tried. I've begun, I've just begun. 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 Way high in for supermission is the new myth of creation. 21 now sits upon the throne. We've begun, we've just begun. We've begun, we've just begun. We've begun, we've just begun. We've begun, we've just begun.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.